Howdy folks, it's Clarissa here with Trips and Trots. So today is going to be a day where I'm either going to succeed or I'm going to fail. I have a 15-mile run scheduled for today, a training run, to keep me in line with my marathon. Now, I'm doing 15 miles and my marathon isn't until January. But because I have another half marathon at close to the end of October, I'll probably want to do like a little bit of a taper. So I don't want to go out there and try to get huge miles in over the half marathon pace the week before I'm doing a half marathon. So I want to get 15 in today, and that might be the only long run that I do, but no, I'll probably get one more in. So I'm thinking out loud here. So I'm starting out with a walk, just to warm up the body. I ran a 5K yesterday. I maintained a 12-minute mile pace, which is good for me, but isn't my best performance so far this year. So normally I wouldn't walk at the beginning like this, but because I ran that 5K yesterday and I was trying to maintain a faster pace than I would for what I would consider more like a comfortable tempo run for me. So I'd say anything comfortable tempo. And for you that are faster, I know, I don't know. I am just slow, and as I age, I get slower. But so I would say my tempo pace is about at a 13. And if I'm doing like a slow training run for a long run, I'm probably even going to go to a 14 or a 15-minute pace just to stay comfortable, keep the heart rate low, and just focus on the miles. So my strategy today is just that. I'm going to be slow and steady, and hopefully I get this done. You'll find out at the end if I succeed or I fail. But either way, I still got out here and I tried to get it done. Now, that sounds like a defeatist attitude, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And if I don't, that's okay. Okay. So I'm going to start running here soon. I didn't stretch yet, so I'm going to have to find a place in the neighborhood so I don't look too awkward while I get my stretch on. I'll try to catch up with you maybe around mile 5, because that'll be a third of the way. Okay. See you soon. Howdy folks, I'm back. Okay, so I said I may check in at mile 5, but I waited until mile 6. So I'm right now I'm at a 10K. I'm maintaining under a 16-minute mile pace right now, and that's okay. I know that I can go faster, but it's more important for me to get the miles in. So if you're slow, don't think that taking a walk break is weakness, because it really isn't. Sometimes it lets your heart rate go down, and it just gives you that boost. So let me tell you what else I did so far. So I started out with a walk, and I chatted with you guys about what my plan was for today. Then probably about maybe after I got a third of the walk in, and I did count that towards my distance for today. Some people might not agree with that either, but distance to me is distance, especially because the last 2 marathons that I've ran, I did a walk jog to maintain my success in crossing the finish line. So, okay, then I did a little bit of a stretch. I got out there, and I haven't taken any walk breaks until now. So this is my first walk break at the 10K point. I took my gel at a little after the 5-mile marker. Right now I'm using the Huma gels, and I really like them a lot. I don't feel that strong need to drink right away. I can put the gel, and I did walk while I took my gel, so I don't get it all over myself. I'm clumsy. So, but I mean, it didn't take long for me to get that in. At mile 5, then I just got back into it, and I faithfully try to drink every 2 miles. It used to be that if I wasn't feeling thirsty, I wouldn't take a drink. But then I realized I'd get to like mile 4 or 5 and I'd be gulping down about half of my water bottle. So I realized it's because I needed to take water in earlier, even if it's just a little bit. So I faithfully take water in, at least 2 ounces of water, but probably more than that, every 2 miles. And I'm probably about maybe 2/4 of a mile. No, that would be a half a mile. 2/3. I'm 2/3 of a mile away from my station setup, which I have my station set up at my house. I have a cooler. I can switch out water bottles. I only took 1 gel with me. Another thing, and this is just a suggestion, guys, but this is the way that my mind works. So, you know, during races and everything, I get it. People take their gels, they squish them in their mouth, and then they throw them to the side. And I understand, like, they have a crew that does the cleanup of the cups and the gels and everything. They get tossed to the side. Even the clothes that get discarded, because a lot of the morning races are chilly in the morning, and then those clothes get donated. But when you're out on your training runs, think of it this way. If you had 100 people every day in your neighborhood carrying gels with them and throwing those gels down, just imagine how fast that they would accumulate in a week's time on the side of the road. So be caring, tuck that empty gel packet into a pocket or something, and discard it whenever you get home. It's just a friendly piece of advice. You don't have to follow it. And no one's ever told me not to do it, but I just thought of it and was like, there are a lot of people out here throwing their gel packets on the road. They'd be all over the place. So anyway, I'm almost at 6.5 miles now, and I should be home to do my recharge and exchange of water bottles and everything, and I'll be back out there. So wish me luck, and I'll try to catch up with you guys. I'm thinking maybe I'll wait until mile 11, because then I'm over 2/3 of the way there, and we're gonna get this done. We're gonna get it done. Thank you. See you soon. Okay. Well, instead of mile 11, I chose mile 10 because I took a break to take some sips of water at mile 10. Like I said, I try to intake water every 2 miles. So I have 5 more to go, and I'll do another switch out at my station area set up at my house. So it'll probably be around mile 11 there. And then I'm going to try to figure out my last loop to make it exactly 4 miles for me to hit my 15. So anyway, a couple more things to share. Whenever I was training for my marathons, my back-to-back marathons in 2019 to get my Marathon Maniac Award or membership, I did walk. Trust me, I walked. And there was even a time frame where I had this cute little Shih Tzu named Winston that had all these issues. He couldn't see well, he couldn't hear well. I adopted him, and we'd take him in his stroller sometimes because he didn't like to walk. So here's a little story. I was determined to get my 19 miles in that day, come hell or high water. And I felt bad because I was leaving my dog and I hadn't had him that long yet behind. So I put him in the carriage somewhere around mile 10, and he went for about 5 miles with me, and I didn't run. I was walking the whole time. So my pace was, non-existent for even a jog, but I was getting the miles in. I was training my body, and I wouldn't recommend it for everyone because at that point I had already had 5 marathons under my belt, but they were previous years. I stopped in 2012, started back up in 2019, and then now my new journey is I started doing half marathons. I went back to school for a little bit, and then I was done with school, passed my certification. That stress was over. So it was on to a new endeavor, which I was like, I need to start running again. And this time, my husband got enthusiastic enough to do it too. And I have to thank the Disneyland Half Marathon in 2024 that got me set to start training for marathons again. And one last thing I'm going to mention. I don't know what happened to driving etiquette, but I remember people would slow down, and give you some room if they saw someone jogging on the side of the road. I see you, you see me, and I'm in a 35-mile-an-hour zone, and people are zipping by, not a care. No one tries to move over, no one tries to slow down. Well, some do, but the majority of people don't. They just don't care. And I see you. And I'm just throwing it out there. You're going like 10 or 15 miles over the speed limit too. So, be kind to those pedestrians out here, biking, jogging, walking. Share the road with us. Thank you. I'm done with my rant. Okay, back to jogging. See you soon. Okay, these are the shoes I'm rocking today. These are my Guide 18, Saucony Guide 18s, and I had my Steady Eddies, if anybody's been following my channel with my running vlog stuff. My Steady Eddies are my Guide 17s. Now these are my Steady Betties, and you know what? They have been blessing me with miles. Now I'm taking another walk break talking to you guys right now. So I'm at mile 12, almost 12.1. That means that I have less than 3 miles to go, guys. So I think I'm gonna get this done. So I showed you my Guide 18s. They're fantastic. Like, my feet still feel so comfortable in them. And it's not as hot today. Like, it was very humid whenever I ran in the Guide 17s. I hope I just said Guide 18s for what I'm wearing right now, because I might be getting mixed up in the head. I'm at mile 12. Anyway, they got really squishy. I wore Features, which they're very thin. And I'm thinking because I sweat so much, and not as many people sweat. Everybody sweats differently, but I feel that maybe I needed a little bit more thickness to support the shoe. And I think that's why it was making my sneaker so squish. It was like you could hear like the water coming out of my shoe, like I'd been running in rain, and I hadn't been. It was literally just because of my sweat. And I may have been throwing some ice down my back behind my sports bra to cool me down a little bit. It's a little trick that I do sometimes whenever there's ice with water bottles or anything like that. And for some races, they'll even just put out coolers of ice for you. And if you're fast enough or they replenish enough, then you'll be able to do that as well. But yeah, taking a little walk break. I'm at mile 12. I'm going to take my last gel here soon. And I did take in some refueling liquid. It's called UCAN. I like that too. I took a couple drinks of that whenever I did my last switch out at my transition station at my house. So I did that, so I feel like I'm okay to wait a little longer than the 12-minute mile marker. But I think my tummy's telling me right now that it's time for me to get that glycogen in my stomach again, if that's, or glucose or whatever you want to call it. But I'm using the Humagels and I really like them a lot. I can show it to you. Let's see. This one has caffeine in it. I thought maybe it might give me an extra boost at the end. So anyway, I'll give you an update on how everything went. I may even try to stick in some of my old marathon photos from 2019, the last year I ran a marathon. So, hey, anybody can do this. I barely stand 5 foot, guys. So I've got little legs and I've been doing it for a long time. Absolutely enjoy it. Those endorphins are amazing. So, all right, I'll check back with you after I'm finished. Thank you, guys. Howdy, folks. I'm back home. And, hold on. Everything went well. I got 15 in. We'll say my pace substantially dropped. I did a lot of walking at the end. It started to get a little hot, but it's not humid. So, I mean, I wasn't aggravated and exhausted. I was fatigued, but it wasn't as bad if the humidity was bad. But it's, it was a dry heat. So it went well. Let me show you my socks. I really like them. All right, here were my Steady Betties for today, and here were my socks. Aren't they fantastic? I love them. They feel great still. By the way, I got these from Flip Belt, and I don't remember how much I spent on them, but I mean, I feel that they were really good. I really like them a lot. And with that, I'm going to call it a day, folks. I'm exhausted. I need to get some stretching in. I think I'm going to go do a cold soak in the tub for a little bit. And I think tonight Mike and I might be heading out to celebrate his birthday late. We've had so much going on. We haven't had a chance to celebrate his birthday dinner. And we normally go to a restaurant that is about 30 minutes from our house to enjoy a meal there. And it's like a sports bar, and there's going to probably be some good football to watch as well. So we're excited. My cat's in the window. That's Ping Pong. He's looking out. All right. Take care, everybody. Thank you. And if you like my content, feel free to subscribe and like. Thank you.